How did a parent turn your own success into a punishable offense? My father made us both keep daily achievement ledgers to compare what we'd accomplished, and if my list was ever longer than his, I paid for the difference. My dad believed ambition was a con that life ran on people before breaking them. He'd been a rising star at his firm, corner office by 35, plaques on the wall, until a restructuring wiped out his whole department, and nobody he'd impressed for 15 years returned a single call. Instead of rebuilding, he decided his fall had revealed the truth about the world, and that the kindest thing he could do was teach it to me early. He watched me bring home ribbons and certificates the way other parents watch their kids play in traffic. Confident kids become humiliated adults, he'd say. The week after his severance ran out, he handed me a composition notebook and kept one for himself. Every night we write down what we accomplished, he announced. Then we compare. Your list stops where mine stops. His list that first day had 2 items. Applied to 1 job, mowed the lawn. Mine, stupidly honest, had 5. Homework, trumpet practice, a quiz I'd aced, chores, a mile time I'd beaten. He read it, went quiet, then tore my quiz off the fridge and dropped it in the trash. 4 extra lines, he said. 4 weekends grounded. That was the exchange rate, and I'd just learned it. The ledger swallowed everything. He'd write his entries first and guard them like poker cards, waiting for mine. Match him or come in under, and the evening was peaceful. Go 1 line over, and things started disappearing. My bike, my library card, my spot on the team, because practices count as accomplishments and you're over budget. He never yelled, he itemized. That was worse. I tried writing nothing every day, since empty seemed safe. He saw through it in a week. You want to live as a person who does nothing, he said, and unenrolled me from band, then made me sit in the garage every afternoon doing exactly that, nothing, so I'd understand what I was claiming. So I learned to forecast him instead. Rejection email in the morning meant his list would be thin, so mine had to be thinner. An interview meant he might allow me 2, maybe 3 lines of existence. But I could never predict the crashes. A former coworker's promotion would show up on his feed and he'd come find my notebook. And heaven help me if I'd studied for finals that day. The sickest part was watching him vandalize his own life to keep my ceiling low. He turned down a real offer, decent salary, 10 minutes away, because taking it would have meant his list got longer. And a longer list for him meant permission for me. And permission for me was the thing he could not allow. When my uncle offered him contract work, he declined by text and told me, "We're not ready for that. We, both of us drowning," and he was the one holding the ladder underwater. So I gave him exactly what he was grading for. I stopped turning in homework. Quit every activity with a paper trail. My ledger read the same every night. Nothing, 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 with footnotes. Nothing because there's no point. Nothing because trying is how you get hurt, right? His own sermons, quoted back with page numbers. It rattled him in a way my successes never had. He started padding his lists, inventing accomplishments, sliding the notebook toward me like an invitation. He'd fixed the faucet. He'd networked. Surely I'd done something. I wrote nothing. He bought me a game console, unearned, unprompted, trying to bribe a line out of me. Nothing. Then he screamed at me to try harder at school, which was genuinely insane, given he'd spent 2 years finding me for exactly that. When I wouldn't budge, he decided we'd be nothing together. Stopped answering recruiters, stopped opening mail. The lawn he once mowed for his list grew past the windowsills. When my report card came back all Fs, he didn't punish me. He couldn't. By his own math, I was finally perfect. It ended because Fs leave a paper trail he couldn't confiscate. The school's truancy officer escalated to a home visit, and what she found was a dark house, a stack of shutoff notices, and 2 years of matched ledgers documenting a household where a child was billed for succeeding. I was at my uncle's by that weekend. Dad was ordered into counseling before any unsupervised contact. Last month I made honor roll. My uncle stuck it on the fridge with a magnet, and nobody counted the lines. I still keep a notebook though, 1 entry a day. Did something today. Nobody owed anything.